Those fountains you see, a beautiful part of the landscaping here in Detroit at Comerica Park. We'll see Victor Martinez on a mission today, going after a victory. Welcome, 2K Sports broadcast of MLB. Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips, John Kruk. It's a Monday afternoon. We've got Justin Verlander, the starter. And Steve will be focusing here. Pittsburgh hitters, how about his thoughts?
Now, this right-hander on the mound today should not have much difficulty going through this lineup. They tend not to hit the quality pitchers in the game, and he clearly is one of the best around.
Here's a look at Clint Hurdle's lineup. So who are you looking at, John?
Well, Andrew McCutchen's a guy that when he first came up, we knew about the blinding speed. We knew he had the ability to put the ball in play. We thought he might just be a singles hitter, but all of a sudden, this power's starting to evolve. That's why he's moved around in the lineup. Looks like now he's entrenched in that third spot. Great place for him because he can do so many things for you.
Time to get rolling here. Here's Jose Tabata. Verlander with a delivery. Line drive fouled off towards first. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Rayburn. One away. It's a good time to take a quick look how the Tigers line up defensively. So, John, thoughts on the fielders here?
Austin Jackson's a highlight reel waiting to happen. An unbelievable athlete who's not afraid to run into a wall, dive for balls to make great catches. When you're an outfielder, you're not afraid to make mistakes. More often than not, you're going to help your team by being aggressive.
Yeah, we've got Presley here. Strike one. Verlander gets the strike with a swing.
But you talk about a season for the ages. Justin Verlander in a class of his own in 2011. A 24-5 record. Clearly the most dominant pitcher in the major leagues.
Pitch on the way. Who tries to frame the circle change, but it's 1-1. Some of those other Verlander numbers, career high in innings, 251. That led the majors, and 250 Ks. That was also a major league leading number.
Well, listen, we've always known that the strikeout numbers were there. In fact, he was 19 away from his own personal best. He didn't even get to his best number, but he did get the best wins he's ever gotten and the most valuable player and Cy Young award.
The 1-2 on its way. Fastball got him 2 down.
With 2 strikes, the hitter wanted the fastball. He got it, but didn't do anything with it.
And here's a shot for Andrew McCutchen. It comes with 2 down. 2 for 4 record against Verlander. Curveball just misses. 1-0.
Well, this curveball just drops right off the table. It's a good pitch. Give the hitter credit for not chasing.
There's a smash towards the hole. And that's going to do it. Cabrera's there. And a quick inning for Justin Verlander. He gets through the first inning without allowing a hit. First chance for the Tigers coming up. And doing the pitching, it'll be Kevin Correa. He's going to start for Pittsburgh. Steve, what do you think? What's he thinking about looking at this Detroit hitter lineup?
Well, not a great matchup right here for this pitcher, as this is not the kind of lineup that he fares very well against. So he could be in a little bit of jeopardy early on. And we should know early in this game whether this right-hander's in trouble or not.
1-0 pitch, a slider in there. 1-1.
He wanted to go down and away with that slider, but he left it up and away, had just enough movement on it to get the strike.
Jackson swings, hits this one. McLeod will field, and he meanders over to put it away. Here's the offensive lineup for the Tigers. scouting pick, John, who are we looking at today?
Well, the hardest thing in baseball to do is to find a switch hitter, a catcher who can hit, and a guy who can hit in the middle of the lineup. Victor Martinez can solve all your problems. A great switch hitter, a catcher, and he hits in the middle of the lineup, and he is clutch. This guy is a winner.
And the Pirates in the field. Here's a look at their defense. And scouting those fielders, John.
Well, you always want to have guys who can fly running around in the outfield, and Jose Tabata has speed to burn. He can play multiple outfield positions. He's a good enough arm to play right field. He also has the speed to play center if need be. But that speed is the key asset that he has going for him. Takes away a lot of doubles with his legs.
And Bosch watches that one. It's outside.
So you look at the Pirates and think, well, 36-45 record on the road in 2011. That's not too good. But relatively speaking, 19 more road wins than they had in 2010. So it's an improvement.
And he looks at a slider that's in there, 1-1. That Pirates improvement on the road, that's what you're looking for when you're in a franchise that's just trying to take one step at a time. Steve.
Hey, listen.
Got the ground ball to Alvarez. And Bosch retired. There's a chance for Delman Young with 2 down. Lifetime going 2 for 8 against the Pirates. He deals. Young makes contact, fouled off. Here's the delivery. And it's 0-2 in the Camarilla cutter. Delman Young, he'll be swinging at anything close.
At 0-2, you're in complete control right now, so I'm throwing him something out of the strike zone to see if I can get him to chase.
And he fouls another one off.
Well, even though you're in the defensive mode like this batter is, there's still no guarantee you're not going to strike out. 0-2 count, very difficult not to strike out, but he's doing everything he can. He took that low pitch to foul it off. Let's see what happens here.
And that will end the half inning. Varmus is there to put it away. And they are retired in short order. Good defensive half inning. We're scoreless in Detroit. And it's Neil Walker now. He'll lead off. And Verlander will miss with that one. That'll be a ball.
A great movement on that 2-seam fastball, trying to start it on the corner, running it off the plate. The hitter just laid off.
Curveball just misses, falls behind 2-0. The 2-0 pitch fouled off. And another foul ball. Hit in the dirt. Rayburn. That's one away. And we've got Jones batting.
Detroit's season in 2011 ended in disappointment when they were eliminated by the Rangers in the ALCS in 6 games. But what a great run and some unbelievable individual performances.
Verlander with a delivery and taken outside by Jones for a ball. Part of the individual performances for the Tigers, of course, maybe the best starter in baseball, Justin Verlander, and the great closer, Jose Valverde.
Well, a lot of excitement with those guys for sure, but the team highlight has to be their win in the playoffs over the Yankees. Game 5, winning the game 3-2 in what was an absolutely thrilling series.
And it's fouled away. And he fouls another one off. There's a ground ball played by Peralta. And Jones set down. Alvarez is in the batter's box. And Verlander has him 0-1 with that called strike.
A good life on this fastball as he just buries it down and away.
Here's the pitch. Swung on the fastball, couldn't get to it. 0-2. Alvarez grounds it. Peralta with the pickup. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down. And they go quietly offensively. And here's Miguel Cabrera to lead it off. Here's the delivery. Swung on, that is hit. That falls in. First hit of the ball game. And that'll bring Victor Martinez up to hit.
Well, a nice piece of hitting right there. You get on base to start the inning with no outs. And, you know, all it does is you want to just keep the line moving if you're the guys behind him.
The pitch. Ball. First pitch inside with a fastball. Ball 1.
Okay, I think he's going to be taken here as well. He's going to try to force the pitcher to throw strikes, and you better do it because you don't want to fall behind 2-0.
Martinez makes contact, fouled it away. Martinez, there's a foul ball again. One-two pitch coming. Swing and a line drive. Boy, what a time now to capitalize if they can.
He takes this 1-2 pitch down in the zone. He's able to go down and get it. Get a good part of the bat on the ball and pick up the base hit.
That's a tough pitch to hit. When you're behind in the count, you just want contact, and he got it. And Avila lets it go. That's going to be outside for a ball. In this matchup, lifetime 1 for 3 off Kevin Correa. On the outside corner, 1-1.
He's just popping that glove with that four-seam fastball, pounding the strike zone.
1-1 pitch, a curve, swung out and missed. 1-2. Strike 3, swung on by Alex Avila. No luck on that one.
I'll tell you, that kind of breaking ball in the low 80s is awfully tough to hit.
Here's Johnny Peralta now with the RBI opportunity. This is his 10th season. Martinez on at first. Cabrera's holding on at second. The fastball is in there. It's 0-1. On the way. Swing and a line to left. And it's through. Credit Peralta, base hit. Here's a prime production opportunity for the Tigers.
He tried to go down with that 0-1 pitch, but it gets blasted right back for the base hit.
But the way he went after that in the box, Steve, it looked like he might have been guessing down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have to make contact behind in the count. He got a pitch over the heart of the plate and he took advantage of it.
First pitch was a strike. 0-1 now.
But with the way he's come alive after the break the last few years, Ryan Rayburn is making a name for himself as a second-half hitter. He always plays well after the All-Star break.
Here it comes. Hit up the middle. And it's picked up. Out at the plate.
Well, real solid approach, trying to work gap to gap up the middle of the field. Gets a fastball on the outer third of the plate, but able to stay on it and get himself a base hit to center.
And Brandon Inge at the plate. Steve, we talk about game-turning situations. This is one of them.
No question about that. Things can change completely right here.
That one goes foul. This is high with that one for ball 2. A lifetime number, well, 259 off Pittsburgh. And Inge swings and misses at that one. That evens up the count. And look now at the pitch type distribution. One of the hallmarks of being effective is mixing up your pitches.
Well, the one thing I think compared to what we normally see from him is today he's really relying.
They load the bases on the strength of 3 base hits, but no runs. We're scoreless in Detroit. Leading it off is Clint Barmas. Verlander with a delivery. 0-1. The 0-0 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike. That one swung on, hit, and Jackson. That one's taken care of. It's Barajas at the plate. And that's high for a ball. Verlander misses.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher, took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
The 1-0 pitch. And he looks at a fastball in there. 1-1.
For some reason on the 1-1 count, he really likes to be aggressive. I'd have to try to work off the corners a little bit and see if I can't get it off the center of his bat.
Can't make contact on that fastball. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Hard slider misses. 2-2. It's fouled away. And he fouls off another one.
Well, even if he doesn't get a hit here in this at-bat, the fact that he's making the pitcher work, 2-2 count, enables everyone around him in the dugout to see every pitch he's throwing because he's throwing the kitchen sink trying to get this strikeout. He just fouled off that low pitch.
Swing and a miss, and the fastball second out in the inning.
Well, credit the pitcher right there. Good 2-strike pitch down and away. Not much he could have done with that even if he had made contact.
Nate McLeod gets in to swing now with 2 away. Steve, let's take a look at his pitching performance.
How's this righty doing it? Well, he's getting a lot of ground ball outs, and it's because they just cannot seem to stay behind the ball. They keep hitting the top of the ball.
There's a swing, fly ball down the line and left. And it's going to be Young. And he's there to retire the side. And they aren't able to get anything going in this half inning. 3 up, 3 away. For those of you just coming on board, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk bringing you Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. It's going to be Jackson now. Bottom of the 3rd inning and a 1-0 count.
When you throw a 2-seam fastball, you want a ground ball, which means you want to throw it to the bottom of the zone. This pitch up could come back to cost him later in the game.
That's 1 away. And we've got Bosch batting. Grounded out his last time through. Now the first pitch. Watches a fastball that's in there. 0-1. There's a swing, and that one's hit on the ground. And he steps on first. That's the second out. There's a chance for Delman Young with 2 down. He popped out his last time. The pitch. Swings and grounds this one to the right side. Foul. Swing and a miss, and he's behind on the count 0-2. That's a foul ball. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Delman Young. Oh, 1-2-3 inning for Kevin Correa. He continues to dominate through 3 innings of work. Playing under some nice weather today, at least cool weather. Still need to keep those pitching hands warmed up, though. And Tabita's coming up to the plate. Line drive. That's foul towards first. Justin Verlander gets the head on the count. Tough to hit against him now. 0-2.
Look here, they haven't scored or gotten a hit, and we're in the 4th inning right now, and they've got to really reconsider their approach at the plate as we move through the lineup the second time around.
And the changeup, it's in there. Struck him out, one away.
But great confidence right there in his stuff. Could have wasted a pitch right there, but he figured, why worry?
That's a great job of finishing off the batter in a hurry. Never got a chance to see much. And we've got Presley here. Struck out swinging his last time up. And the first pitch. Swings and misses at the curve. 0-1. Mixing your pitch types, key to performance like the one we're seeing today on the mound. Here's a look at what he's been doing.
Well, he's done exactly that. He's changed speeds. He's mixed up off.
Swung on, hit in the air to right center. Bosch is there. And he gets over and grabs it with the left.
But Gary, he just continues to mow this lineup down. We're talking about 11 hitters in a row retired.
And here's a shot for Andrew McCutchen. It comes with 2 down. He's got a career average of .394 against the Tigers.
And you know, Gary, a lot of times you just see the other team's jersey and you know you have the confidence that you can hit against them.
Ugly pitch. Catcher able to somehow scoop that out. The 1-0 now. There's a called strike of the knees. 1-1.
Looks like the hitter's waiting for a pitch that he can get up in the zone to drive a little bit. That's why he went down to the zone with that 4-seamer.
Now Avila sets up. He's looking a little confused out there right now. He just swung at a pitch that was in the dirt. Fastball called. Strike 3, and the side is retired. Perfect through 4, and he is dealing.
Well, he's done everything you want out of a starting pitcher. He set the...
And here's Miguel Cabrera. Had a 1-for-1 so far against Correa.
Well, he's going to definitely be able to approach this at bat with a plan and some confidence. Got a hit on the fastball earlier, so you know he must be able to look for it again.
So, with nobody out, he's on board.
Well, good piece of hitting right there. And anytime you get your first hitter of the inning on base, it could set up the potential for a big inning.
Runner on, Victor Martinez. We have seen a great pitching performance on the mound and a tremendous use of that strike zone that's been on display here.
Well, we've been watching him go high, go low. He's forcing this lineup to think a lot, and when hitters think, they're done.
And it makes it hard to swing confidently when they don't have their bearings in the box. They don't know location or speed, and right now they're just swinging over the top of everything.
Martinez makes contact, fouled it away. Curveball got him, 1 away.
Like chases the breaking ball for strike 3 right there. You got to lay off it.
1 down. Here's Alex Avila. He's hitting .600, 6 for 10 lifetime against the Pirates. Well, working on the 0-1 count now.
Well, if you've done your homework, you know how you're going to attack this guy. You got to go with the slider here.
A swing and a foul off to the right side. There's a swing and a drive deep to left field. McClough will field as he drops back and puts it away.
They shifted the outfielders to the left. He hit it to left, and he's out.
Here's Johnny Peralta now with 2 down. Base hit his last time. Here's the first pitch. Too far outside, 1-0. When you see a pitching performance like we've seen from the man on the mound today, there have to be that swung on line towards the gap in left center. And he's there to retire the side. So Kevin Correa, he's holding. And it's Neil Walker now. He'll lead off. Ground out victim last time through. And the first pitch. And Verlander has him 0-1 with that called strike.
Look here, as we move to the middle part of this ball game right now, they just cannot mount any offense at all. No hits. And I'll tell you what, this pitcher is just shutting them down.
Pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Inge to play it. Out. 1 away. One more sent back to the bench, and in the 5th. What a trend.
Gary, you look at it second time through the lineup, you think they might be able to make some adjustments, but not yet.
And we've got Jones batting. Lifetime 1 for 3 off Verlander. Peralta to field this one. And Jones set down. 2 down.
Well, changing speeds helps a pitcher a lot. You get the hitter off balance, it turns into easy outs like this, pop up to short.
Alvarez is in the batter's box. 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch on the way. And Verlander has him 0-1 with that called strike.
There's no question about it. Verlander has brought his best stuff today, and boy, is he using it.
Well, it's truly been a tremendous day on the mound for this man. Here's a breakdown of how he's been mixing up his locations, using that to his advantage.
Pretty impressive stuff, the way he's been pounding this strike zone. It's an indication of the performance we're seeing from him. You don't have success without good use of mixing locations.
You know, John, I agree. I think that he's kept hitters off balance. Every once in a while, I don't like the pitch selection, but he's executed that pitch even when it was the wrong one.
Fastball swung on and missed, and the side's retired. Well, that's 5 in the books now, and he's faced the minimum number of hitters.
You know, more than halfway through this game, and nobody doing anything.
It's Rayburn at the plate. And here's the first one. Swings and misses the slider. 0-1.
Well, a great pitch and a great strike right there to get that pitch down and away. Look, if you can throw it out there consistently, you keep doing it, you're going to have a lot of success.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Foul fastball. Now the count 1-2. The 1-2 on its way. That swung on, hit on the ground. And Alvarez will field it in time for the out.
Oh, nice play out there. Quick release by the third baseman, able to get the runner out at first.
And Brandon Inge at the plate.
After a power surge a few years ago in 2009, it's been a rough go for Brandon Inge, not being able to supply the power that he once did.
The pitch. And with 2 strikes on him, now Inge, he'll protect the strike zone. You talk about Brandon Inge, you'd think a move from catcher to the infield maybe would help the hitting a little bit, but that has not been the case.
You know, in the past, that sort of transition has helped, but so many swings and misses and some holes in his approach at the plate. The power's still there as a threat, but really the numbers down. Actually got sent to the minor leagues at some point in 2011.
So Austin Jackson will try to keep it going. There's a swing, and that one's hit on the ground. Throws to first, side is retired. It's the kind of inning of the defense. Leading it off is Clint Barnes. How's he delivering on these first pitches? Let's look and see.
You want your pitchers to be aggressive and go at the hitters and work ahead in the count. First pitch strikes the way to do it. Well, in this game, he's retired 8 hitters after he's gone to an 0-1 count.
And he watches that low pitch from Verlander.
You know, I know we're not supposed to say anything about no-hitters, so I would never say anything about that, Gary. But
don't worry.
You know, I don't think they have any hits here, and we're, moving through the middle part of the ballgame.
Swing and a miss on the slider. 1-2.
Oh, Gary, he's got such an effective fastball. He likes to use it. And, 1-2 count. He doesn't like to mess around. Look for him to go right at him with the heater.
Taps this one foul to the right. There's a ground ball played by Peralta. One away. Boy, it doesn't take long to count the amount of hitters he's been able to get out so far. He's just marching along here with lots of zeros.
Well, the key right now, he's got to maintain his focus. Winning the game is the primary goal right now.
It's Barajas at the plate. His lifetime average only 170 against the Tigers. Swings and misses at the fastball. 0-1.
Well, that's just one of those the pitcher says, here it comes, try to hit it. Fastball hitter, he wanted that pitch. He just didn't quite come up with the swing.
And a ground ball. Cabrera. And he steps on first. That's the second out.
Well, Gary, he just keeps stretching this hitless streak even further. And we're talking about 17 hitters retired in a row.
Nate McLouth gets in to swing now with 2 away. He flew out his last time up. Verlander with a delivery. Fastball misses away. 1-0.
Well, he's one of those pitchers that doesn't like to fall behind, and when he does, he wants to come right back in with that fastball, so you got to be ready for it.
And McLouth swings and misses at that one. We've got an even count.
Well, he clearly fooled him right there. He had him thinking fastball, and he pulled the string on it, got him to swing right through it.
That one swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. And the side's retired. Jackson on the catch. He heads off.
He's gone through the order twice now. He's been in complete control of every at-bat. It's going to be interesting to see what it looks like third time around.
And we've got Bosch batting. First pitch on the way. He makes contact. Line drive. That's one down.
Well, he tops that one to second on an easy routine ground ball and taken care of.
And Delman Young now 1 away.
Well, Delman Young on the move last year as Minnesota sent him to division rival Detroit, and he seemed to fit in perfectly with that Tiger team, helping them make a lot of noise in October.
Delman Young for the Tigers really proved to be a difference. They finally were able to settle down that left field position.
Oh, he made a major impact in the postseason as well. 5 home runs between 2 playoff series, and he did it while he was injured as well.
And that one is hit well. Tabit is there. 2 away.
You want to talk about settling in? How about retiring 8 hitters in a row? I think he settled in.
2 outs and in the box, Miguel Cabrera. Always a marvel to watch. You just know the opportunity for him to put the ball in play is there anytime he's at the plate. Here's the pitch. Miguel Cabrera not fooled by that pitch. That'll even the count. Swings for a strike on the fastball. It'll be a 1-2 count.
Well, great movement on that two-seamer right there. Had him way out on his front foot.
Cabrera will foul that one away. Ground ball. Walker scoops. He'll throw one to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. And if you just joined our broadcast, great to have you on board. 2K Sports Major League Baseball. I'm Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk. And Tabit is coming up, back up the middle. And he's on. That's the go-ahead run.
You know, Gary, you really feel for him in that one. I mean, he was feeling the excitement in the stadium with the potential for the perfect game, but just got away from him right there.
And we've got Presley here. Flew out last time. That swung on and hit. Young is there. 1 away.
Well, he's pitching with a lot of confidence out there right now and been very efficient with his stuff. A hard guy to beat when he's locked in, and he's clearly locked in today.
And the opportunity is there for Andrew McCutchen. Verlander catches him looking.
Well, this offense just not able to mount anything today. I mean, the pitching has just shut them down, kept them off balance all day long, and not many quality at-bats here in this one. Only one hit.
Started to go around. That pitch is in there anyway. 0-2. Rings him up. Man, he has just mastered this offense in this ball game, and no signs he's letting up.
Well, he's been sharp all game long, but you just hope going through the order for the third time and the fourth time, guys don't start picking up on the tendencies.
And in the batter's box, it's walk. Tabata's going to steal. And his throw, he is out. Great throw. And Victor Martinez. He's going to get things going here. Home half, 7th inning. This one swung on, hit down the line and right. That's one away.
Well, no runs so far, and he's been able to make every pitch he needs to neutralize some of these big bats, getting the job done. He looks like he's feeling good.
Avila will get his chance at the plate now. Last time up, flew out. Way out there with the curveball, 1-0.
They went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
That's a called strike on the outer half, 1-1. One pitch. And that's taken outside for a ball 2, 1 strike count. Now the 2-1 pitch. Curveball drops in for a strike. He's even at 2.
He likes to swing 2-2. He's very aggressive, trying to fight off that strikeout. Let's see if he can get him chase a pitch out of the zone here.
3-2.
Tough pitch to lay off that time. Full count, 3-2.
Well, you watch how the hitter reacted to that. He had thoughts about chasing that pitch, but at the last second decided to lay off of it.
Refuses to go after it. Missed. Ball 4.
Well, you know, the pitcher's really tired right now, and you have to think that his confidence is a little bit shaken. That long at bat right there, he had a chance to put the hitter away, and now he has to go from the stretch to try to keep this inning from getting out of hand.
And it's Johnny Peralta in the box now. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Ball 1 started off the at bat. It's 1-0.
Well, that last at bat could be
a liner headed for the hole. Ooh, that one hit off the heel of his glove.
Gary, for every pitcher, it's a little bit different. You know, how long they can go into a game. But right now, he still looks pretty strong right now. 2 outs in the 7th. I think he's got a chance to shut them down the rest of the way.
It's Rayburn at the plate. Grounded out his last time up. Off the plate with a fastball, and it's 1-0. Here's a fly ball to straightaway left. And a great catch by McLeod.
Well, he's absolutely mowing us down here today, Gary, and they haven't been able to muster any sort of offensive attack against him.
And in the batter's box, it's Walker. Now, a moment here to look at the quality strikes this pitcher's been throwing here today. Boy, he has thrown a ton of them. Quality pitches, quality strikes. That's the kind of performance we're seeing.
Just a very solid approach against this lineup. Keeping the ball down in the strike zone, and the numbers show he's doing it well.
Well, that's what you have to do to be successful. Keep the ball down in the zone, pitch after pitch. Try to get the hitters to hit the top of the ball.
Verlander with a delivery. Struck him out. And now we've got 1 down here in this 8th inning of a shutout ball game.
Now he's just putting on a show out there right now, Gary.
Boy, those strikeouts so important coming late in the ball game. Keeps that confidence up.
Well, they tell you that strikeouts add to the pitch count, but a 3-pitch strikeout right there, he can go forever on that one.
And we've got Jones batting. Popped up his last at bat. And Verlander will miss with that one. That'll be a ball.
What an extraordinary effort out of the mound today. I mean, we're deep into this ball game. They've only been able to generate 1 hit against him. His stuff has been phenomenal, and his execution even better.
And it's a called strike to Jones. Ooh, he pulls the string with a circle change, 1-2. The 1-2 from Verlander. Got him. 2 down now. And you got to be thinking ahead just a little bit. He doesn't look like he's getting tired. It's still a shutout.
Well, at this point, adrenaline just takes over. He's focused, determined. He's ignoring any fatigue.
Alvarez is in the batter's box. Struck out swinging last time. And he starts him out. And Verlander has him 0-1 with that called strike.
The hitter lays off this pitch, realizing you can't do much. When you get that kind of four-seam fastball down and away, it's tough to hit.
A shot up the middle, and that is in there. The go-ahead run on base.
You have 2 outs in the inning. Your job is to get on base any way you can. Now they have the go-ahead run on base.
And we're going to see Barmes 0 for 2 thus far. And here's the first one. Strike 1. Verlander gets the strike with a swing. Swings, hits this one. It's going to be fielded by Jackson. That'll do it as they put that one away.
Well, he's got a chance to get in that dugout.
It's going to be Inge. Now, this is a kind of an interesting breakdown. You take a look at the pitch types that were thrown that have been hit for a base hit or better.
Well, guys, you see that 2-seam fastball? That pitch has been hit 2 times over the course of the game.
You know, it's been touched a pair of times, but the way he's pitching, he looks to go deep in this game here, and no runs given up. Everything looks like it's working for him.
The 1-1 pitch. This is in the air, straight away left. One away.
A masterful performance out there today. They've not been able to get any sort of offense going, and I'll tell you what, he's going to make people notice this is an outstanding effort.
It's going to be Jackson now. Hit in the air to left center. McLeod will field, and he gets over to take care of business.
As a manager, you sit back and watch this guy out there dealing like that. The pitching coach just says, hey, go get him, buddy. You've got it completely under control.
And we've got Bosch batting. Grounded out his last time through. 0-1 count as that started off with a strike.
Well, the way to keep the ball in the ballpark is by going down and away. It's the toughest pitch to drive. He executed it well.
Ball. Tried to get him to go after that slider, but it's 1-2.
Well, looking at this guy's pitch count, he's up over 80 pitches thus far. You wonder how long they're going to let him go.
There's a swing and a ground ball. Barmes picks it up. Throws to first, side is retired. Little warm-up action going in the ball. It's Barajas at the plate. He'll start us out here in the last inning of regulation. And starts him out here. It's 0-1 as he swings and misses with that fastball.
Well, if you're going to be late on the fastball, you're going to have trouble hitting up here, and he's struggling right now.
0-1, Verlander kicks and deals. Takes that curve. 0-1 pitch for a strike. 0-2.
Outstanding rotation on that pitch. Look at the mechanics for this pitcher. It comes out of his hand and just falls off the table.
Pitch on the way. That one swung on. It's lined.
Well, anytime you can get on base with no outs to start an inning, you know that an extra base hit will probably score you. But even if the batter behind you can figure out a way to get on base, now you have the potential for a huge inning.
McLeod settles in. Well, he digs in here, Steve. A golden opportunity to be the hero.
And with nobody out, they need to find a way to advance the runner into scoring position.
He flew out his last time up. Here's the delivery. That's swung on a liner here. And Rayburn's able to get to that one.
Well, what else can you say? He's done everything his team has asked of him in this one and then some. They're needing a little bit more from him. Get them back in the dugout with this game still tied so his offense can try to score a run.
Swing and a rocket toward short. Got one. Not going to turn two. Over to Cabrera, but not in time.
Well, they get the lead runner at second, but they just couldn't turn two. I know they wanted to.
And we've got Presley here. He stands in now. Tabata's going to steal. And he is out trying to take second.
Now, sooner or later, somebody's going to have their heart broken here. Both pitchers, an outstanding effort.
And Delman Young in. They're trying to get things going here. Home half of the ninth inning. You can feel that crowd rallying behind him right now. He sends this one in the air towards center. And there we go, the winning run on base.
Well, a good start to this inning, but let's see if the guys behind him, after he starts out this inning with this single, can follow up and finish this inning off with some runs.
You know, they're losing a little bit in the defensive department with this change. It may be geared more toward offense. It's just odd to make this move right now.
And he needs to move over that go-ahead run that's at first.
He's got to do anything he can to advance this runner and get him into scoring position.
They've got the outs to work with. Cabrera again fouling it off. Curveball, thought he had him, but it's 1-2. 1-2 pitch coming. Strikes him out. It looks like he's going to continue his performance here in this inning.
I'll tell you what, his infielders, his outfielders, take a little deep breath right there, relax. He's getting him out himself.
It is Victor Martinez. He's batting with a possibility that winning run on first base could be his. Swung on line to right center field. And that'll put Martinez on at first now. Young headed for third.
Well, I tell you what, in close games, this is exactly what you want. The go-ahead run now on third base, 90 feet away. I love the aggressiveness.
Here is a chance for Alex Avila. He's looking to put an end to it right now.
A base hit or a short fly ball probably puts an end to this.
That would be a game winner. First pitch fastball misses badly that time. 1-0. Pauses, and now the 1-0. And a swing and a miss by Alex Avila, and the count is knotted up.
Gary, the numbers seem to indicate he likes to go fastball on a 1-1 count, trying to get back ahead again.
Line drive fouled off towards first. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground. Got it. One. And a deuce, a double play. They still can't break through. Both pitching staffs have thrown 9 shutout innings. Where's And if you're just joining our 2K Sports Major League Baseball broadcast with John Clark and Steve Phillips, I'm Gary Thorne. And we've got Presley here, still seeking his first hit of the ball game. And Verlander has him 0-1 with that called strike. The pitch. This is that fastball, already 0-2. Here's the pitch. On the ground to second. Up with it. And his throw gets him one away.
Gary, the focus is there right now. One batter at a time. Get those outs. You're matching the other pitcher pitch for pitch. Get it done and hope somebody can come up with a big hit for you later.
To the plate, here comes Andrew McCutchen. Called out on strikes in his last appearance. First pitch, and he misses the fastball, strike one. No hits yet, 3 at-bats. He'll try and change that with a hit off Verlander.
Well, he just locked him up on the two-seam fastball the last time. He must have been looking for something else. I wonder if he's going to go there again for the strikeout.
He's there, makes the catch. 2 down now.
Gary, he's been phenomenal out there on the mound. What an effort he has put in. This is one of those days that you want the reward at the end of it. You want to get your team back in there and see if they can't get you a W.
And in the batter's box, it's Walker. He'll be seeking his first hit of the game. Not a lot of luck so far. And that's going to do it. Ends there.
Now, I'm not sure he's going to come back out for more.
And Johnny Peralta up. He'll lead off home half of the 10th. That's it. Pretty well down the line and left. McLeod will field. He has to back up for it. Comes away with the out.
Gary, he's really focused on finishing out this inning and getting his offense back in the dugout, seeing if they can't come across with that deciding run.
It's Rayburn at the plate. Last time up, flew out. And that's another foul ball. And another foul ball. Ground ball towards second. Walker scoops. Throws to first. He's retired. That's 2 down.
Now, Gary, he's been phenomenal out there on the mound. What an effort he has put in. This is one of those days that you want the reward at the end of it.
Lined right at the second baseman. Throws to first in time. That's 3 down.
Well, sooner or later.
And so Garrett Jones leading it off. Last time up, he went down swinging, striking out against Verlander.
And last time through the order, he was way out in front of that circle change for a strike 3. He's got to stay back and see the ball a little bit better here.
Well, he's not the only guy to get punched out on that pitch. That makes 2 on the day.
He delivers. Ball. That's in the dirt. He traps it. Line drive. That's foul towards first. Strike 3. He got him. My gosh. What an incredible performance we're seeing here, Steve.
You know, the strikeout isn't just an out. There's a mental advantage when you do send them back to the dugout. They know you're in complete control.
Alvarez is in the batter's box. Trying again here. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This one's grounded foul wide of first. Justin Verlander gets the head on the count. Tough to hit against him now. 0-2.
And with 2 strikes on him, I'm guessing we're going to see a fastball here. Just try to finish him off.
Line fair down the line and right. And he's on. That's the go-ahead run.
Statistics say that the 0-2 count by far is an advantage for the pitcher. But in this situation, he fought off a tough pitch and slapped the base hit.
Great job on that at bat. Barmes up now. He's batting now late in this game. There's a ground ball. And it's plucked off the field. There's 1 and 2. A double play.
I'm not sure he's going to come back out for more. He wants his team to try to get him a run right here. He's given.
For those of you just joining in, I'm Gary Thorne along with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. We bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. It's going to be Jackson now. This is a big at bat as he will be leading off the bottom half of the 11th. That fastball gets by him on the first pitch. 0-1. Helped him out there. 0-2.
Perfect pitch right there. I mean, I don't care how long a bat you have, you're not going to get that one. Breaks out of the strike zone away, and he can't catch up.
Rung him up. Strike 3. Count that one as K.
You've got to have better plate discipline than that. With 2 strikes, you need to be defensive and try to make contact. But when you get a fastball, you need to read whether it's a strike or not.
1-0 count. He took that last one, and it was out of the zone.
But Gary, when he gets ahead on the count 1-0, he really likes to swing the bat. So you can't give him anything too good to hit right now.
Here's the 1-1. Hit up the middle. Barmes picks it up. And Bosch retired.
Well, what else can you say? He's done everything his team has asked of him in this one and then some. They're needing a little bit more from him. Get them back in the dugout with this game still tied so his offense can try to score a run.
And Delman Young in. He's had 1 hit 4 times up. And a good eye there by Delman Young. That'll even the count.
Well, hitters know those 2-seam fastballs down on the way turn into ground ball out, so they lay off of it. But with 2 strikes, it's a pitch you have to swing at.
That one's in the dirt. Nice stop. Here's the 2-1. And now Delman Young has the 3-1 hitter's count.
That 2-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. 1, because it gets ground ball outs, but 2, it sets up his other pitches.
And the fastball is over. 3-2 now. Here's a swing and a fly ball. This one towards Walker. And that's the third out. That'll do it.
Well, sooner or later, somebody's going to have the...
And McKendry's in the box. And of course, as a pitcher, you got to keep your eye on which pitches are effective on any given day and which ones aren't. Here's a look at which. This one's grounded to second, and he's up with it. In time for the out.
He's pitched an extraordinary game so far. He doesn't want to have any lapse in concentration right now. No mistakes. Execute your pitches, get your team back in the dugout, and see if he can't find a way to win.
And now Nate McLeod lined out in his last at bat. Oh, 1 Verlander kicks and deals, and he fouls off another one. Good slider that time. Ruled the ball. 1-2. It's fouled off. He got him. That is strike 3, and we are still in a scoreless game, Steve.
I tell you what, games like this, it's going to be a shame that either party is going to have to lose this one. They've been phenomenal.
And Tabita's coming up to the plate. He's had 1 hit 4 times up. Now the first pitch. Watches that fastball. That goes by him for a strike.
He looked like he was ready to swing that time at the plate, Gary, but he must have been looking for a different pitch as that fastball just paints the outside corner.
Justin Verlander gets the head on the count. Tough to hit against him now. 0-2. Here's the pitch, and he lays off that one outside. 1-2.
Well, if he's going to make a mistake, which he hasn't made many in this game, it's going to be now. His pitch count's over 100. This is when he seems to tire and make mistakes with his pitches.
There's a swing, a little flare to shallow left.
Well, I'm not sure he's going to come back out for more. Now look at this, Gary. Miguel Cabrera out there. He looks so determined. He loves these RBI situations.
Bottom half, extra inning, game on the line. Let's see what we get for a swing here.
Boy, you played this long. It would be tough for either side to lose. Let's see how it plays out.
Swung on, that is hit. And he's on the potential winning run. Get ready.
Well, just what his team needed. He continues to swing a great bat. 3 hits from now in this ball game, and he's on with no outs.
It is Victor Martinez. And he needs to move over that go-ahead run that's at first.
He's got to do anything he can to advance this runner and get him into scoring position.
They've got the outs to work with.
Gary, I'm looking to pinch run right here. You don't have much speed at first base. You got a tie ball game. I'm looking to get somebody in there to get in scoring position.
This one's over at the knee level. 2-1.
Velocity and location are absolutely critical. That pitch was exactly where he wanted to throw it.
That's called for a strike. It'll even the count at 2-2.
2-2 count. You still have a pitch you can waste, and you can make one of those borderline strikes and see if you can get him to chase it.
You talk about a guy who's swinging a pretty hot bat right now. His 3rd hit of this ball game, and it comes with nobody out in the inning.
Here is a chance for Alex Avila. Now a great chance for him and the Detroit Tigers. Lays off a called strike. 0-1. He deals. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Picks it up. Gets 1. And they get 2. Great double play. Nice play, especially on the relay to first. 4-6-3.
It's textbook right there. Tailor-made double play. Hit it where they are and turn it. Well, Johnny Peralta coming to the plate looking at a big opportunity to be a hero. This is some kind of matchup.
This is what you call a crucial spot.
Well, a game-winning run just 90 feet away.
Rayburn up now.
Well, as a manager, you have to appreciate pitching performances like that. He threw a lot of pitches. He left it all on the mound. Very effective today, and that's what counts.
Grounded out last time. 0 for 4 in this one. Swings on the 0-1 pitch. Can't hit it. Strike two.
It's tough for hitters to protect both sides of the plate. You can't protect the outside and the inside, especially when you're throwing your fastball down and away.
Fastball swung on and missed. Side retired. So they're shut down again. You wonder, does anyone know how to hit in this one? We're scoreless in Detroit. And we've got Presley here. He's going to start things off here, top half of the inning. The first pitch. Swung on. That's going to be hit foul. Long fly ball left side. 0-1. Verlander kicks and deals. And he's out in front on that pitch, so he's in the hole now. 0-2.
Oh, look at that big 12-6 breaking ball right there. That's a tough pitch for any hitter to stay back on. Out in front, swinging early.
And he lays off that one high. It's 1-2.
Well, that's just some good old country hardball right there, forcing fastball up in the zone.
On the ground to second. Picks it up. And his throw is in time for out number one.
Now he's been getting the job done the entire game. Pitch after pitch, finding a way to get his team back in there. They just need to find a way now to push a run across for him so he can win this game.
Well, it's Andrew McCutchen now. He flew out his last time up. And this at bat already 0-1. First pitch was a strike. That's a strike. It'll take the count to 0-2. Andrew McCutchen now. Have to be careful not to get K'd here. Here's the delivery. Struck him out, and he sends him back to the bench. Just shaking their heads. They cannot figure him out.
You know, when they go back to the dugout, they share what they're seeing with each other, but nobody seems to come up with a new plan.
And in the batter's box, it's Walker. He's hitless thus far. Well, working on the 0-1 count now. Verlander kicks and deals. Lays off that fastball, and it's 0-2. And it's fouled away. Swinging a high bouncer to second. And Cabrera picks it up. And he's out at first. Good hustle by the pitcher getting off the mound.
That's a good heads-up play. You know.
And Brandon Inge at the plate. He'll get things going here in the bottom half of the inning. Sinker just missed. 1-0.
Wow, he had some good bite on that one right there, but the hitter wouldn't chase it.
Swung on and fouled away. This one is popped up to the left side out of play. Inge isn't fooled by that pitch. The count is evened up. Big swing and a miss on a heater. Strike him out, one down.
Well, he climbs the ladder on him, Gary. He just didn't have enough bat speed to catch up to that pitch.
So with the one away, here's Austin Jackson. He was a strikeout victim last time through the lineup. Strike started off the at-bat 0-1.
Can you say
headed for the middle? And there we go, the winning run on base.
0-1 mistake right here. He throws it over the heart of the plate, and he pays for it.
Batting is Brennan Bosch. He's batting with a possibility that winning run on first base could be his RBI.
Well, with one out, they have to be thinking double play. Give us a ground ball.
Ball one to begin this at bat. 1-0. That's outside. Ball two. And here's a sinker for a called strike. 2-1. Comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Line drive left of the bag and foul. That one's going to be put in play. McCutchen to field it. 2 away.
That's about as easy as it gets. He could have caught that one in his back pocket.
Now it's the opportunity for Delman Young. He's really looking to keep this going. There's one on the ground. McGehee throws on to first in time to retire the side. So, and if you just joined us, our broadcast of Major League Baseball on 2K Sports with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. I'm Gary Thorne. And we've got Jones batting. Hasn't gotten a hit yet today. We'll see what he can do here. Another inning gets started with a strike 0-1. He struck out swinging in that last at bat against Verlander.
Well, I think he's going to have to go back to that two-seamer right here. He had a hard time catching up to it in his last at bat.
Well, and when he's working that particular pitch well like he has today, I mean, no one has been able to do anything with it. That previous K that he got rung up on last time won't be the last time we see batters struggle against it.
Swings and grounds this one to the right side. Foul. And that one gets popped way up behind the plate. And looked for a moment like he had a chance to make that play, but not to be.
A really great pitch right there. That pitcher really wanted the K, but that defensive swing kept him alive.
Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. Bosch is there. Runs over, puts it away.
Gary, the focus is there right now. One batter at a time. Get those outs. You're matching the other pitcher pitch for pitch. Get it done and hope somebody can come up with a big hit for you later.
And we've got McGehee batting.
Ball.
And he watches that low pitch from Verlander.
Well, he's up over 120 pitches. In the game, and I know this guy's a real workhorse. He's going to give you everything he's got. You just wonder what's left in the tank.
A little warm-up action going in the bullpen. That's a right-hander up and throwing.
Well, they're going to wait for the right-handed hitter on deck to get announced, and then they'll probably make the move to the pen.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Here's a strike, bottom half of the zone. 1-2 now.
Now 1-2 is a pitcher's count, so there's no reason to give him a good pitch to hit right here.
On the way. And McGehee lets it go outside. That'll be a ball. Two-two pitch. He got him. That is strike 3, and we are still in a scoreless game, Steve.
I tell you what, games like this, it's going to be a shame that either party is going to have to lose this one. They've been phenomenal.
And we're going to see Barmas. We'll get another shot after hitting into that double play last time up. Taps this one foul to the right. Justin Verlander gets the head on the count. Tough to hit against him now. 0-2. Struck him out, and this shutout continues.
Now, sooner or later, somebody's going to have their day spoiled there, Gary. Just a great pitcher's duel in this one. You hate to see someone come out on the short end.
And we again, be up to their staff to hold on in this one. We're scoreless in Detroit.
Now look at
lined up the middle, and he's on the potential winning run. Get ready.
A nice piece of hitting right there. You get on base to start the inning with no outs, and you know all it does is you want to just keep the line moving if you're the guys behind him.
It is Victor Martinez, and he needs to move over that go-ahead run that's at first. He swings, lines this one back up the middle, and that'll put Martinez on at first now.
Well, when your sinker's not sinking, it becomes a mediocre flat fastball. And if you're going to throw that pitch consistently, you're going to get knocked around the yard.
Here is a chance for Alex Avila. Big offensive opportunity now. The fastball is in there. It's 0-1.
Well, the pitcher gets away with one right here. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. Batter just let it go by.
Good circle change that time, but it's called a ball. 1-2.
Well, a lot of guys would swing at that.
Hit in the dirt. Grabs it. One. And there's the second out of double play. And that one's going to be a candidate for play of the week, Steve.
Well, you talk about shifting momentum. You get the ground ball double play, and all of a sudden you're back in the dugout ready to hit. Now, Johnny Peralta coming to the plate looking at a big opportunity to be a hero. This is some kind of matchup.
This is what you call a crucial spot.
Well, a game-winning run just 90 feet away.
It's Rayburn at the plate. Struck out swinging last time.
Well, not much speed at first base right here, but you at least have to think about starting the runner. At the very least, you may draw a throw and allow the runner from third to come home and score.
Missed with the fastball outside, and it's even at 1.
The scouting reports indicate when the count is 1-1, he's really aggressive. So I'm being real careful on this pitch.
The 1-2 pitch. There's a swing, line drive, center field. And it's in there. A run wins this game. And they win it. Game-winning run is across.
Well, they treated their hometown crowd to a phenomenal pitching performance in this one. A big win on the shoulders of their pitchers.
And now let's take a look at one player clearly instrumental in this contest. He's our player of the game. A terrific mound game, Justin Verlander.
Well, you know, when you're facing a tough pitcher, it doesn't take long to realize that we're in for a tough day. And this team found out very early how tough this pitcher was going to be on them in this game. He's a top-flight starter, but he had everything going and mowed down this lineup. And this sends a message to the rest of the league also that this guy is for real and ready to go.
And we got to see a terrific performance out of their starter, and he was able to ride that one on to victory.
Well, an outstanding effort. He had everything working today, the good stuff and location to shut down the opponent.
So for Steve Phillips and John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.